We have put the trail cam right here on this tree. There's tracks that go underneath this log down to the river. There's tracks that go out there to the creek, So I'm hoping we'll get some interesting kinds of things here. Looks like it's a good place that's been walked around here. The river is still flowing. It's January 25th today, and the temperature is in the teens. We're going to explore the marshlands. Along the ice right here, there's tracks that are several days old, it looks like, but they look like the pattern of a raccoon, a front foot and a back foot together. That looks like and it's about the right size and the right shape for a back foot and a front foot. Let's see. The back foot is a little bit longer than the front foot. The only thing we would need for a little better identification would be the toes, if the toes are nice and long. But this looks like a raccoon. Looks like little inlets here, coming in with probably spring water. There's springs all over in this marshy area, and that's what we're going to explore today. Some of those are at least 5 feet deep, if not more. I've got a big stick to carry with me today. Here's another inlet here, probably from a stream, a spring. Lots of these little trails along in the snow. I'm guessing it's mice going from place to place. Some are on the top of the snow, some are underneath the snow, some go both. Sometimes on top, sometimes underneath. But they're all around here. Here's one of those little inlets. It's right near this whole clump of trees. We're going to check that out, see if it's a spring and how deep it goes. And if it's running. The creek, Hay Creek, is really running fast today. It's always fun to watch the water and the bubbles at the edge of ice and under the ice. It's just kind of fascinating. It's like moving art. I've got to cross over a log here, but I notice there's a big canine print here, and it's a big one. Well, not like a wolf, and I'm thinking it's a coyote. Very nice print. Here we are at that opening, and my stick is going down. Oh, at least 3 feet there. Let's move over here. See if it makes a difference. Nope. 3 feet down about here. The only safe way for me to get across the creek here into the marshlands is this wonderful bridge that our city put up across here. It seems to withstand the flooding each year. So far, we're getting across today. In the middle of this big grassy area here, there's this raised peninsula with trees on it. It's a long, thin peninsula. Comes out from the Popple Forest, just in a big straight line here. And it separates these two areas of marshy land. I'm going to head across here to where I see the cattails way out there. I've been seeing a lot of tracks all along in here, and lots of little tracks too, cruising along in the snow and right under the snow. It looked like a path along the center of this raised area that ends in a big circular area here. This looks like a great place to pitch a tent. It'd be kind of awesome to watch the waterfowl and the activity at night out here. It's a nice little peninsula with a big end right here. We got these small shrubs, big shrubs, cattails, snow on the ground, lots of grasses, still marshy. I can feel there's ice under the ground here. And I'm not sure where we're at here. A lot of these small trees, big shrubs. I need to find out what they are. Well, the lightness on this wood makes it look like it was a recent picking, probably by a pileated woodpecker. But there's no sign on top of the snow. So it wasn't before the last snow. I mean, it wasn't after the last snow. Could have been earlier this winter. Lots of fungi on this dead tree. This is a great clue of activity in these woods. The holes are not all oval, but the amount of shredding sure looks like it was from a pileated. This is a great one. I am by the Baraboo River now. You can see where some of the ice is a little thicker, some of the ice is a little bit thinner. At least that's the way it looks to me. So I have said many times I don't trust river ice. So that looks like that would be a killer out there. Go through it. But it is beautiful all around here. Here's a new hole I've found in a tree in a different place than I usually go. Boy, something's got to be living in there. There's a big one there too. What a big tree. Some more holes up ahead there. We'll check this route out. Hay Creek is sure running fast. Makes for an interesting area here by the falls. Or the rapids, I mean. We have a long stream here, a long straightaway stream with lots of open water. But here, there are tracks all around the edge of this open water. Interesting tracks. It's hard to tell what they are. But then right up here, are some interesting marks. They look like bird wings. Like maybe a bird came down and grabbed something right there. But these little tracks along in here, I don't know what they are. Here are more of those tracks. Impressions in the snow that I think are bird wings. And there's more of them around here. Let's see. Yeah, right by these other deep tracks. So it's like the bird was walking along here. Maybe a duck? Can't really see the footprints though. And there's more of them here. The bird feathers and the tracks in the snow. Not real big. I don't think they're goose. So maybe some kind of a duck. Over here by the spring, there's more. Tracks and feather marks. Oh, this is so cool too. This is an interesting area of this little stream. Open area here. Lots of tracks coming across it. Lots of deer tracks coming across it. But these are definitely something else. More feather prints. Maybe it's not a water bird. Maybe it's just birds going down near the water to get a drink. Here's another spring, open water. And look at all the tracks. I'm pretty sure those are bird tracks all around. But I don't see any bird wing marks. Just lots of thirsty birds, it looks like. An oasis in the snow. Oh, here's a great clue of life. Somebody's been shoveling off the Hartshee Pond. Oh, it looks great for ice skating. All kinds of things to go around. Straight lines, circles, eights. Nice job out here. And the ice looks really nice too. Nice work. But one can never say the ice is safe, because you always have to check it yourself first. This big grassy field at Hartshee and Hay Creek alongside of it, I've never followed it into the woods. And I'm not sure how far back Hartshee property goes. So this is my opportunity to do a little exploring here. And looking at the great ice formations along the way. Ice makes such wonderful formations. And the creek is about a foot low right now, so there's a lot of shelf ice here. These grasses make it interesting for walking, because sometimes you step and it's solid, and sometimes you step and you go down because it's on clumps of grass. It's never quite level or even. Here's some little ornaments hanging. I think I'm on the wrong side of the creek. So I'm going to try and cross here by this big log and lots of debris, and it looks like heavy ice, although I see it moving right here. So it's moving water there. There's footprints over there, and it looks like snow-covered ice here. All right, we'll give it a try. Very slowly and very carefully holding on to that big log. After getting out a little ways, I notice it's moving water under the log here too. So I'm going to ride this log across. I'm not even going to chance walking on that ice. And it looks just too thin over there. It's moving around a lot. Nope. I'm going to walk on the log here. Well, actually, I'm sitting on the log, scooting across. Oh yeah, I'm glad I'm sitting on the log. That ice is very thin. As I say, I never trust river or creek ice. Much too thin. But I'm sitting on the big log. That's pretty stable, so I'm okay. Just got one big step to go here. But that water is going fast underneath here. And it's been a little tricky climbing on this root here. And now I've got this bank to go on to. And I'm glad I've got my snowshoes on. Hopefully they'll grip. I think I'll go near this log here. Hang on to that. That was tricky. I made it up. And I'm safe on this side now. Now let's see if I can find my way back. Well, going through the woods, here's this big tree root, upended tree, and it's all sheltered down in here. Makes a great habitat, probably for some mice, maybe for some rabbits. All kinds of bugs overwintering. What a great habitat. There's nothing like walking through a forest after a fresh snow, and the only tracks besides yours are those of the wildlife, mostly deer. It's just beautiful. And knowing the tracks, knowing the routes, just comes second nature when you've been going there place time after time. It's beautiful. The only remnants of a trail are past deer tracks here that have filled in with the new snow. But it's overhung by pines and other tree branches covered with snow here. It's just beautiful in the woods. We've got a steep hill here, but we also have a rope. It has not been used yet with this snowfall. We're gonna try and go down it here while holding on to the rope. Whoa, we've got some big steps here that I can't see under the snow. Good thing I've got the rope with the knots on it. Whoa. Okay, you can see the rope is under the snow. This stump is kind of where I normally stand, because the part that I just came down is the trickiest part, although this is looking pretty steep here right now. It's nice to have snowshoes that are gripping. Whoa. Normally I'd be going backwards down this, and it would be easier and safer. It's kind of tricky holding on with only one hand. We're getting there. Oh. Again, it's a little tricky not being able to see where the logs are and where the steps are. It's getting a little smoother down here near the bottom. A little bit easier. Here it comes. Oh. Oh. Kind of twisted around there. Okay. Now I'm going straight down. Getting easier. Cars going by there. All right, I'm to the bottom. We made it safely. It looks like this tree has been put here on purpose as an obstacle to run and jump over. I'm not going to do that. But I am here at this farthest point by this big bluff. And I know I have taken this before. But right now, today, being the only one out here, new tracks in the snow, snow on the bluff, it's just impressive. Come out here many times, but it's still impressive. Sandstone bluffs from thousands of years ago, maybe millions of years ago, carved away by the breaching of Lake Wisconsin ice dam, maybe 10, 15,000 years ago. I find it always interesting to find open water in these areas, in these lowland areas, springs. There are so many springs around in our area, around Reeds. Just a great little spring out here in the woods, a place for animals to get drinks. Well, we've come around to the rope that goes up a hill. You know, if you go down, you gotta go up. Here the rope again is covered in snow. I'm gonna need both hands going up. So I'm just gonna stop videotaping and use my hands to get up there. It's not far, but it is steep and a couple tricky steps up near the top.